Anyone like to join me for a story this morning? Hello, how are you? Is everyone good? Yes? You're okay? Good. Yes, it's a story box. Come and join us. I have a story in this big sparkly box here. So, Eleanor, do you want to just sit right there for me? And then I can put these things up. Can you do that? Or do you want to come over here? Maybe? Or do you want to just stay right there? It's just too interesting, right? So, this is our desert cloth. This is the cloth that tells us this story happened a long time ago in the land that we know as the Holy Land, in the land where Jesus grew up and taught people about love, taught people about God. And this is a story. Actually, it's a story within a story. Because this is a story that Jesus is going to tell us this morning. And Jesus often, when he talked to people, would tell stories that were called parables. Have you ever heard that word before? A parable?
An example, sort of?
It's sort of an example. Yeah, it's a story that we're never quite sure what it means. It's up to us to figure that out for ourselves. And he did that all the time. And so one day, he was with some of his followers, and he was trying to explain to them. Actually, I think I'm going to put the followers over here. He was trying to explain to them that the Spirit of God was actually inside them, like really deep inside. And they were having trouble understanding that. They just had funny looks on their faces and weren't really able to figure it out. And so Jesus said, let me tell you a story. Maybe this will help you to understand how God is inside of us. And so he told this story about 10 young women. And these 10 young women were invited to a party. It was actually to a wedding. And Jesus said that 5 of them were very wise, or very smart, and 5 of them were very foolish. You know what foolish means? Kind of silly. And this party that they were going to was to happen at night. And so they all had their lamps with them and lit. So you can see they all have lamps in their hands. And so they were waiting. This was a wedding banquet, and so they were waiting for the bride and the groom to arrive. And they waited, and they waited, and they waited, and they didn't turn up. And it got later and later and darker and darker. And finally, all of them fell asleep, and their lamps burnt right out. You can imagine, without all of these lamps burning, that it must have been very, very dark. And we don't really know how long the lamps were out, but they were all sound asleep, and then all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, like at 2 o'clock or 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning, all of a sudden there was this shout, "They're here!" And they all woke up. And the couple finally arrived. And all of these young girls that knew their job was to light the path for them to the banquet needed to relight their lamps. Well, the wise ones had brought more oil, and so they were able to get their lamps all relit. But the foolish ones hadn't brought any extra oil. And these girls knew they only had enough to actually keep their lamps going, so they couldn't loan them any. So they had to go in the middle of the night and try and find more oil. And so, the 5 that were left with their lamps lit the path to the banquet hall. And that's where this couple got married, and then had a big feast, and then there was dancing and lots of fun. And this went on for hours and hours, and eventually it finished, and they all went home. And the ones that hadn't brought enough oil arrived to find they had missed the party. So Jesus then turned to his followers and he said, "So now do you get what I'm talking about?" And they said, "No." And he said, "What the story's meant to tell you is that you are like a lamp. Your body is like a lamp, and inside you is the oil, the Spirit of God. And when you tap into that oil, when you find that oil and start to live that Spirit, you light up, and you light up the world. You show love in the world." I wonder why Jesus thought people were like lamps. Yeah, so it was a way of saying that God is like the oil that's inside. Yeah. I wonder how it would feel to be a lamp.
It would be annoying because you would keep on being lit on fire.
It would be annoying because you would keep being lit. I wonder what we could do to bring light and love to the world.
Say kind things.
Say kind things. Well, that's our story, and we're going to sing a great song, a song that I used to sing at summer camp when I was young, and I know that most of these people know it, and if you don't know it, I think that you'll know it pretty fast and sing it too. It's "Give me oil in my lamp."